I done took the blank canvas of a hoe's mind and painted a masterpiece on her brain to make a hoe shine. Feel a hoe's grind with super related game. She soaking all of it heavy, man. I just let it stain. So many hoes pay for pimping but never receive it. These con artists take a pure hoe's brain and deceive it. And ain't nobody teaching them. They paying niggas that's calling them stupid for reaching them. Let's go.
Bitch, you want all this pimping you can't afford. Perform like a punk but wanna win his reward. Some suckers give you points but bitch you never scored. If you ain't paying pimping then bitch you getting ignored. Okay, I'm so sick of these.
One thing I know about all the pimping, right? We speak highly of ourselves, man. I'm talking about a motherfucker gonna really put some yeast on it and blow it up and make it real big. Gonna put a magnifying glass on this pimping and really pop it and have you to believe that he's the greatest thing that God bless the earth with, right? Yeah, man, a hoe gonna have to break a zebra for its stripes before she lay eyes on this pipe, you dig? A hoe gonna have to go into a motherfucking snake pit and break a python for some snake shit before she get this dick, you dig? So, you know, after that hoe came with that gazillion-dollar choosing fee, man, I told the hoe, I said, yeah, bitch, you know, I guess since you broke bread like 11, I could part these clouds and let you come hang out with a pimp in heaven, man. You dig? I'm talking about, man, you know. And when they talk like this, they'll have you to believe that they some confident motherfuckers, right? But there are many guys in the game who really, truly, sincerely believe that a hoe has to be stupid in order to hand them the trap, in order to go out there, make these sacrifices that they make and break themselves to them every day. There are individuals who sincerely believe that a hoe has to be stupid in order to do that. So, for somebody to have this kind of thinking, right, a few things have to be the case. First of all, a motherfucker can't really be that confident in themselves as they portray themselves to be, right? All this high capping that a lot of cats do, they can't really believe in themselves like that to say an outlandish statement like a hoe has to be stupid in order to pay a pimp, right? The confidence can't be there. And then second of all, you know, motherfucker got to be a real con artist. You know, because if you don't believe in fair exchange and you believe in something for nothing, then you have to be a con artist. You have to really be a con artist if you believe that you don't deserve what this hoe is giving you. Because for a motherfucker to say that a hoe gotta be stupid in order to pay him, you have to believe that you don't deserve what this hoe is giving you. So you have to be a con artist, right? So, you know, it's with that being said, man, it's a lot of usury in the game. A lot of these dudes is users. And, you know, they're not really an asset to a hoe. They're not an amplifier of the hoe. They're not bringing the best out of a hoe. You dig? Because they haven't really brought the best out of themselves, right? And it's really sad, man, to see a hoe that done fucked with a lot of these dudes like that. You dig? Because what it does is it leaves a hoe broken. And it leaves a hoe to pick up the pieces herself. And it leaves a hoe to believe that she can't trust nobody. Because if this is her first impression of the game, she's gonna think to herself like, damn, am I that unlucky? I can't be that unlucky. This has to be common. I can't be the only one in the game to land a dude like this. You know, they all gotta be like this. You know, because when a hoe get her trust violated, you know, she immediately goes into defense mode and she thinks to herself that, you know, nobody should be trusted. So I'm not gonna trust nobody, right? But like I've said before, man, that lack of being able to trust somebody, it slows you down. That shit is heavy on you and you can't move swiftly and at your best. You can't be really nimble with this game when you don't trust anybody. On the flip side of that coin, when you do trust somebody, then, you know, you can be smooth. You can be elusive. You can be, you know, fluid. You could, you know, you can move swiftly with this game, right? So, what a hoe really should do after having an experience like that is tell herself, you know, how do I grow from this? How do I learn from this so that I can make wiser decisions, right? Because that ignorance that allowed you to make that choice, you not knowing better, in making that choice, you know, that same ignorance can transcend into all aspects of life. You dig? And when you're doing business, when you're dealing with family members, different kind of relationships, friendships, or what have you, you know, when you dealing with tricks, you know, and you don't know what to look for or how to position people to earn your trust, or different degrees of trust that you delegate to people. When you don't know about that, you're gonna have a hard life. And that's why a lot of hoes end up having a hard life when they get their trust violated by a dude that call themselves a pimp, and then they get into this mindset of not trusting anybody. No, you got to get sharper. You got to grow. You got to be better. You know, when you get knocked down, you can't just stay on the ground with your arms folded like, pouting, talking about, I ain't gonna trust nobody. No, bitch, get up off your ass, dust your ass off, and come back better. Come back sharper with game. You dig? So, you know, from that point, it's a matter of learning how to choose accordingly. You know, a lot of times hoes choose for the wrong reasons, especially, you know, fresh in the game, because you don't know no better. This shit is brand new to you, so you don't know what to look for, right? So you might choose for the wrong reasons. You might choose because a motherfucker is cute. You might choose because a motherfucker got a nice situation. You might choose because a motherfucker could facilitate your drug habits. You dig? Hoes choose for a number of reasons, right? But those things are things that anybody can do. You don't have to be a pimp to facilitate a hoe's drug habit. You don't have to be a pimp to be attractive. There's a lot of attractive motherfuckers that's not pimps. You don't have to be able to make a bitch feel good to be a pimp. You know, these are things that anybody can do. There's certain things that the pimping has about them that distinguishes them from every other type of man. So a hoe needs to learn how to look for these types of things, right? One of these things is that, you know, the pimping, like I said, all the time has the nature and the ability to do what the average motherfucker cannot do, right? And with that being said, the pimping has a nature about himself where he's always doing things that failures don't do. He's always doing things that he doesn't have to do. So you gotta be mindful and pay attention to things like that. Like, damn, you know, for all of y'all bitches who've had a bad experience in a game like that, just reflect back and think about the motherfucker that you know, you feel like did you wrong. Were they the type of motherfuckers that had a habit of, you know, doing normal, earthly, regular man shit, you know, same type of shit that tricks do? Were they the type of motherfucker that you really couldn't tell the difference in their nature between them and a trick? The type of motherfuckers that you go out and have spend money on you on a nightly basis? You dig? Because a lot of these dudes got the same similarities and same characteristics as these tricks. So were you paying somebody like that? Was this the type of motherfucker who wasn't the master of himself and was mastered by drugs, mastered by alcohol, mastered by this, that, or the third, you know, mastered by sexual desires? You know, was this the or was it a motherfucker, you know, that has some type of self-discipline? Because that's the one beautiful thing about this pimping. Like I say, one thing that distinguishes the pimper from the average man is his ability to be attracted to you, but yet and still have the self-discipline and the ism to refrain from making sex a top priority, you dig? Or refrain from, you know, indulging in that before the appointed time. The pimping is gonna be able to, you know, remain steadfast in the spirit of this game, and he's gonna be able to connect with you in a different type of way. You know, a lot of hoes, when they come across some real pimping, this is the first man that they've been alone with who didn't try to seize the opportunity to have sex with them. The opportunity is right there, open and available. But pimping ain't trying to go there right now, you know, because he doesn't want that to be the basis of this connection that we have. You know, I want to connect with you and reach you in a different place where the average motherfucker ain't thinking about, you know, so I could bring things out of you that the average motherfucker can't bring out of you, right? So like I said, that's one thing to look for, man. You know, is this the type of motherfucker that does shit that the average motherfucker doesn't do, that failures don't do? And is this the type of motherfucker that's the master of himself, or is he mastered by different things? And then also, another thing to look for, you know, keep in mind, as the pimpin', we all like to shine. We all like to look good. We all like expensive shit. We all like luxury. But what you have to pay attention to is the difference in individuals. You have some motherfuckers that have luxurious things and you know, what have you, but yet and still they realize that they are the most important thing in the situation. They realize that they're the most valuable thing in the situation. They realize that, you know, they made the situation doesn't make them. So their confidence is gonna remain in themselves. Whereas you have other motherfuckers with similar types of situations as far as having luxuries and things like that, but they're the type of individual that's where they draw their confidence from. You know, if they didn't have this car, or if they didn't have this chain, or if they didn't have this wardrobe, they wouldn't feel confident. They will feel insecure. Or then you have motherfuckers that do have all of that type of shit, but yet and still they feel insecure around certain females. See, one thing about this pimping, right? Like, I could be all the way fucked up with one outfit, you know, a dull ass razor, barely able to shave, you know, taking a bird bath in a gas station. You know, this is the type of shit that pimps go through when we go through ups, downs, and turnarounds in this game, right? I'm still gonna remain polished. I'm still gonna remain confident in myself, and that's gonna be communicated to whatever female I come across. I'm never gonna be intimidated by a bitch just because she's attractive, or just because her situation might be better than mine financially at the time. I'm still me, and I understand my value, and I understand that my value is greater than anything that this bitch got going on as far as the situation goes. And I know that what I have to offer this bitch, nobody else is gonna be able to bring it to this bitch like me. Nobody else is gonna be able to be an asset to this bitch like me. So with this and many more things in mind, you know, pimping ain't gonna be intimidated by the bitch, no matter what her situation is, no matter what his situation is. But you have certain individuals that bitches is out there paying right now, they get intimidated when they get around certain bitches. You dig? So I say all of that to say, these are a few indicators of the types of dudes who really sincerely believe that a hoe has to be dumb in order to pay them. You know, I've had motherfuckers really say this to me out of their mouth that had hoes paying them at the time. Said, yeah, man, you know, it really take a dumb bitch to pay a pimp anyway. If that ain't the squarest shit that I ever heard in my life. You did? But, you know, time always tells. You did? Motherfuckers can't outrun the truth. The truth is always gonna come to the light. And, you know, that's some good game for a hoe to be able to choose wiser with game. Let that marinate on your mind one time. Freezes it. Put some of this good old love shit in your body like so. And as always, mask your goofball ass the fuck up. I'll holler.
Now come and take a sip of this game. Pour it down your ear and let it drip to your brain so you can run it up, run it up. And we'll be coming up, really coming up. Take a sip of this game, let it saturate your brain. Taylor, make your home so we can match it with my name. Then attach it to your frame, right? Now you game tight. Ready, set, ho. You gon' check her back the same night. Now you breaking tricks and handling thousands. While these bitches on the blade doing the mannequin challenge. Standing there looking stupid cause they has no game to hit a trick with, bitch, and that's so lame. Now come and take a sip of